All right, let's jump to, man, there are so many things I could go on to. I could go through Exodus. I mean, Jesus, there's 66 books in the Bible, but Jesus is in every book of the Old Testament. But I had to pick and choose. Let's come to Psalm 2. So I want to jump ahead, and let's just look at Psalm 2 now. Psalm 2. Verse 1, why do the nations conspire and the peoples plot in vain? So we know that, especially at the end times, that people are going to conspire together and plot in vain to try to take over the universe with Satan's help and cast out God. Verse 2, the kings of the earth rise up and the rulers band together against the Lord, that's the Father, and against his anointed, which, by the way, can be Messiah, anointed, saying, the people of the earth, they gather together, they make an agreement with Satan. Verse 3, we want to break off the chains of God on us and throw off their shackles. We are sick and tired of those 10 commandments. We're sick and tired of God, pushing himself. We want the freedom to do whatever we want and to commit whatever sin, and we don't want anyone telling us it's sin. And so we see this whole movement in the world today where people are like, we don't want a God, and when Satan comes along, many are going to join him. The leaders of the earth will join the Antichrist. Verse 4, the one enthroned in heaven laughs. The Lord scoffs at them. He rebukes them in his anger and terrifies them in his wrath, saying, I have installed my king on Zion, my holy mountain. Now, that could be talking about Jesus being installed in Jerusalem in the future, or it could also be talking about the heavenly Jerusalem, or maybe both. God says, I'm going to proclaim the Lord's decree. He said to me, you are my son. Today I have become your father. Ask me, and I'm going to make the nations your inheritance, the ends of the earth your possession. So this is it's a prophetic thing of what God actually does when Jesus gets baptized, and God the Father now lets the world know, this is my son whom I love. With him I'm well pleased. And later on in the Mount of Transfiguration, this is my son, you need to listen to him. This is my son, and I'm installing him. This is my son. He is the anointed one with the Holy Spirit. This is my son. He is the Messiah. And I'm going to decide, and then he's telling his son, you are going to reign, and all the nations and the ends of the earth will be your possession. Verse 9, you will break them with a rod of iron, and you will dash them to pieces like pottery. That verse is found in Revelation. Therefore, you kings, all you kings, dictators, presidents, leaders, you need to be wise. Be warned, you rulers of the earth. Serve the Lord with fear and celebrate his rule with trembling. Now, this is an act of worship. So God is saying, you need to kiss my son. Kiss his son. That's how you would worship. You would get down. I'm not kissing the foot of any man, okay? I don't care how religious they may claim they are. But we, in worship, this is God the Father. You need to worship my son. Kiss his son, or he will be angry, and your way will lead to your destruction. For his wrath can flare up in a moment. Blessed are all who take refuge in him, in Jesus. So suddenly, we're like, whoa, here's the Father claiming his son. He's telling everyone, you need to worship my son because he is going to reign over the whole earth.